We present part 2 of the story on Nigerian engineers currently undergoing training in Anshan, China, in transformer production. After a colorful welcoming ceremony staged by the authorities of China Great Wall Industries Corporation, the engineers settled down for business with the ultimate aim of acquiring new knowledge and skill required to produce electric transformers of various capacities. The training program is comprehensive as both theoretical and practical aspects of the transformer production process are covered. The Huawei company is well equipped and staffed for the provision of such elaborate and complex training program for 60 men at a time. The Engineering Machinery Company Group owns transformers and electric control factories where practical works take place. The training process is structured to accommodate all facets of transformer manufacturing, namely designing, winding, welding, iron core, assembly, quality control, tanking and painting, testing and insulation. Different configurations for both single and three-phase transformers were considered in determining the training pattern. The trainees were grouped in 3 classes according to the training format that encapsulates the various steps of electric transformer manufacturing. First, the designing class, where some trainees are learning the art of transformer design and specifications. Electric power transformers can be designed as either a single-phase or 3-phase configurations. The trainees in this class are basically learning principles of transformers, design aspects, and theory of electrical engineering. In designing a transformer, data is required for the winding, number of turns for each coil, diameter of the wire, size of the transformer, and of the magnetic core with its insulation and provision of terminals. There are designing parameters which the trainees look out for. They include power rating, voltage levels, primary and secondary, current on both sides, primary and secondary coils, wire diameter and size, iron core area and numbers of turns, primary and secondary. The trainees in the designing class are expected to learn all the technicalities in the transformer design in line with specifications. Transformer design is a complex task which the engineers have to ensure that compatibility with the imposed specifications are met while keeping manufacturing at low cost.
I am the technical director of this team. We are in charge of the design of this transformer manufacturing plant. Design, as you know, is the heart of the transformer manufacturing plant. So basically, we have spent about more than 2 months here, and based on the time we spent, we've learned a lot of things. We've learned a lot about the design of the core, design of the coil, the design of the transformer tank, and the laid-out design. That's what we call laid-out design, which has to do with how the tappings are being taken to the output of the transformer. We also learn about the manufacturing of the transformer, the assembly of transformer, and currently there are some software which aid in transformer design, like the Excel, the AutoCAD. So we are currently doing electromechanical design, and we are using those softwares to do the design of the transformer. Actually, in fact, we are very lucky in the sense that the company has a good tutors. They have a well experienced tutors, and most of our learning are on-hand learning. On-hand learning in the sense that we spend some time in class, and at the end of the day, we go back to the workshop, and most of those things we learn in the in the class are being shown to us in the workshop. And all the team members are cooperating, and they are learning very fast. And we are anxiously waiting for that day when the transformer manufacturing line will start, so that we'll show what we've learned in China.
The Nigerian engineers are also being trained in the inspection aspect of transformer production, a mechanism that controls quality of products by helping to fix the sources of defects immediately they are detected.
In a production line, there are a lot of activities and a lot of stages. So in transformer production is also the same thing. In this factory we have 5 workshops. My own is inspection, so I take care at each workshop. My group is taking care of it. So every activity a workshop finish, we are to inspect to see whether everything is in order. Because if there is a mistake, it means we are going to transfer the mistake from one stage to the other. So it will reach a state where correcting the mistake will be very difficult or impossible. So because of that, at every stage there should be an inspector who is well knowledge about how the products of that department, of that workshop will be. What are the requirements of their end product before we take it to the next workshop.
Other areas of the training curriculum include iron core, which is used in a transformer to facilitate low reluctance path for the flux linkage between the secondary and primary windings, which are also integral parts of the transformers.
I am a core supervisor trainee for iron core workshop. Iron core workshop is a place you produce transformer core, and transformer core is like the skeleton of a transformer. Without iron core, transformer cannot stand firm. So this is where we produce transformer core, and we have learnt the theoretical aspect of producing this core. We are already into the practical work fully, and we've started stacking iron core already. So the progress here is really tremendous. We have learnt a lot, and we are making serious progress. Today we started by stacking 100 kVA iron core, and we are still on it, and by God's grace, by tomorrow we will be through with it. My colleagues are coping very well. Honestly, the training is, we are getting along with the training so well, and I hope that by the end of this training, by God's grace, we are going to do wonders in Nigeria. We are already armed for the job, and we pray that when we get to Nigeria, we are going to replicate what we are getting here.
Welding is another intrinsic aspect of transformer production. A sculptural process that joins materials, usually metals or thermoplastics, by applying high heat to melt parts together. The engineers are also receiving tutorials on insulation, which serves as electrical insulation to withstand the high voltages present inside a transformer. It also functions as a heat transfer medium to dissipate the heat generated within the transformer windings.
I'm the supervisor in charge of the welding workshop. And as we all know that welding is a very vital part of any manufacturing production. So also is a very vital part of manufacturing transformer production. In welding, we produce a lot of component parts of the transformer. We produce the transformer tank cover, the clamps, the conservator. All these component parts are very vital to transformer, because irrespective of what other factories or other unit of production did, without a transformer tank to house all these component parts together, then we cannot have a complete transformer. So, and if you look at the welding workshop, it's divided into various sections for ease of productions. We have where the clamps are being produced separately. We have where the transformer cover is being produced. Likewise, the transformer tank body and the conservator. After all these components are being produced, to certify that all these are being put into proper place, we normally tested all these things. And among the tests we normally carried out is what is known as pressure leakage test, to test the transformer if there is any leakage. So we have to input gas into it. in order to test for any weld leakage. So then after that, there are some other tests that we normally carried out on all these transformer component parts. If all these are being satisfied correct, then we take it for sandblasting, whereby all the metal sheets along all these transformer parts are being removed before being finally painted. So despite all this, we must know that all this must be in conformity with the design parameters and the standard. So before we can take it to the final assembly station where it will be assembled to make a complete transformer, the inspection and the test will come and perform various tests together with my team to certify that truly this product is certified for transformer.
The head of installation team, the installation workshop, as we know, is the backbone of any manufacturing production factory. Installation, they say, is the key good transformer. If a transformer breaks down, the first thing that comes to mind is the possibility of installation failure. So if the integrity of installation is affected, the transformer becomes bad. So basically what we do here is that we provide cellulose insulation that has to do with wood, cardboard and papers to other workshops with the insulation cylinder. We have been introduced to so many things and our competence has been tested, and we have shown high level of comprehension. We have been introduced to virtually all the machines. We can now operate most of the machines with the exception of just two, in which we are presently being taught on how to operate them. So basically we are getting on with it. We are getting familiarized with most of the job procedures.
Transformers have primary and secondary windings. While the primary draws power from the source, the secondary delivers the energy at the transformed voltage to the load.
I am the supervisor of the winding group in this industry, and what we do here, so we first of all obtain the drawing designs from the design group, then interpret and swing into action. These are some of the winding equipments, like this at the horizontal winding, and down there you'll see the vertical winding machine. Winding, as it is in transformer, is the heart of the transformer. So without the wind itself, transformer cannot actually work. In general term, transformer body is sectioned into two. So you have the circuit and the magnetic circuit. At the circuit, the winding is the measures. So this is what we do here. Looking at the facilities available, we wind various types of transformer coil and suit them into the iron core once we are done from here. So practically, we are actually making a serious progress. We have learned so fast, and we've gotten enough, or almost enough, of the technical requirement so to work independently. That is, we can actually handle the machine and do a lot of the work with limited supervision.
Final assembling process and testing of a transformer are fundamental importance in transformer production. Therefore, a cross-section of the trainees are concentrating on this aspect of the manufacturing process. Another important area of focus in this training program is quality control, in which additional inspection of strategic points is carried out. This sometimes leads to modifications during production. High voltage testing is one of the cardinal reasons for embarking on this training. as establishment of high-voltage testing laboratory and developing indigenous capacity in high-voltage testing is a compulsory component of technology acquisition and domestication of power equipment technology in Nigeria. The instructors drawn from staff of Huawei Group are optimistic that the trainees would graduate as experts in transformer manufacturing, judging by the passion, energy, and enthusiasm which they so far exhibited both in class and practical work.
We carry out series of tests like the routine tests, the type tests, and special tests on both semi-finished products and finished products. So, and this place we are in now is called the High Voltage Testing Laboratory. So, and the importance of this testing laboratory is to ensure standards and to certify products, transformer equipment, to certify them to make sure that they are produced up to the required specification as designed by the design unit. With this kind of station being in Nigeria, we will be able to partner with like the National Agency for Electricity Regulation, so that any electrical equipment that is coming into the country would be tested by us when this test station is put in place in Nigeria. And in that case, it's trying to reduce the influx of substandard electrical equipment.
The assembly group is divided into two. We have the lead group and we have the total assembly group. Under, you can see here now is the lead group. That's what we are doing. It's talking about the installations. We're talking about the lead out, the installation. We're talking about the joining, and we're also talking about the transformer tap changer. The tap changer to vary the current from voltage from high voltage to lower voltage, or the reverse is the case. That's for the lead group. But for the total assembly, that's the other side there. There we are going to assemble the tank. Inside the tank, we execute the gas, which is the vaporization. After that one, we put oil. That oil serves as the coolant. It's having two functions. So from here, so far so good, we have learned a lot. In the under assembly, we have two groups. We have the lead out and we have the total assembly group. So here at my back is the lead out. So under lead out, what are we doing there? We are doing the installation of the lead, of the cables that will be connected to the main source. After that one, from here, we learn how to do collection, the data and the star collection of the transformer. If you are talking about data, we are talking about the high voltage. While we are talking about the star, we are talking about the low voltage. So in transformer here, we have the high voltage side and we have the low voltage side. From there, you need to understand the type of winding we have. That we have spiral winding here, and likewise we have the other one. We call it continuous winding, which is the ring.
They are of proven track record. All of them have achievement in Nigeria. They have produced something that we are proud of at different centers or the different institutes of NASENI. That's one of the requirements. They are innovative, they are creative. Their handwork is already known. That's why that we have bond with them to come and serve the country. And we are sure, and already they are making us proud in their commitment in what they are learning in China. They are going to China in the first place is in line with the work plan on how to execute the project. It's in line with the work plan. The second phase of the project, that is processing and assessing facilities and supply of the machines to Nigeria, is in progress. Government is doing its bit. Federal Minister of Science and Technology is processing its own memo. Federal Minister of Finance is doing its own bit. But most importantly, it is deliberate that they should be trained first, such that they should be the one installing our machines in Nigeria on their return. That is their first engagement. Installation, commissioning of the plant itself for the manufacturing process. But you know, technology is dynamic, it's progressing. Within the agreement, it is there. Even after this technology, we'll continuously do research and share knowledge and experience together. After this, any future advancement in this area, it will be through collaboration. It's not that we'll go and copy the technology. Now that we have the research facilities after commissioning, we should be working and they will be working and we will be comparing notes. And in addition, whoever wants this type of technology within the African continent, he doesn't need to go to China again. He will have to come to Nigeria.
Training from Nigeria has a good study the result in our Hire group. They are trying their best to learn each different kind of the technologies from us. And the Hire group at the same time did very well because we are sharing the most advantage the technology to the Nigeria trainees. So we are so glad and to be honored to have the good partner with the NASENI institutions of the Nigeria, because I think this is a good project between the China and the Nigeria. And when we have the excellent students come back to Nigeria, they will contribute their life and time to the great Nigeria industrial. Okay, I think this is very good. And for the CWGIC and Hire Group has the further cooperation with the NASENI institutions in the future. I think that will be a great step between our two nations.
Zhong Zeng is the inspection group leader and said he teaches them some production caution, some production criteria, technology differentiations, and how to solve the transformer problems and design case.
首先，我们采用的是理论与实践相结合的方式。我们会在上午，对我们的
The trainees usually ask questions, and I bring them to the workshop to do some practice about production inspection pertaining to the questions asked. It's about 2 months that we have been with the trainees, and I can assure you that they are positive about learning and acquiring knowledge about transformer production. And I make sure that all questions from them are either answered theoretically or practically. Wang Yi is an electrical engineer and testing group leader. According to him, he uses a combined method of theory and actual operation.
学员在我授课当中出现的一些问题，我给他们逐一的进行解答。同时呢，每天下午到车间之后
We embark on theories in the morning hours and practicals in the afternoon with extended lessons for any trainee who needs further explanation. The Nigerian trainees have positive attitude about learning. We have useful interactions while I entertain their questions. They have mastered some of the fundamentals in transformer production. The learning environment is quite conducive with all the necessary technical know-how and infrastructure in place to impact knowledge on the serious-minded trainees who are due back in Nigeria in 2020.
Well done, Nigeria. Yeah, well done.